Hello, welcome to another podcast of Master Investor. Glad to be here again on another valuable talk of money, business, and investing. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand. Welcome back if you're an existing subscriber. If you're new, make sure to follow us here and all other social media platforms. Click the link in the description to join one of our digital courses and ebooks, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. It gives you an entire guide on how to build a successful digital business online, how to launch our first digital asset, how to acquire an existing asset that is digital, and also it covers different asset classes that we can invest for passive income and start building true wealth. Today we're going to be speaking about the wealth fundamentals, investing for passive income, why the wealthy get richer and the poor are getting poorer. It has to do with the financial education and how things have changed and the new rules of money. We're going to cover them today. We created our ebook, The 10-Year Rules of Money, and the one I gave you. Click the link in the description. You'll find that one there, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain. You can find them on Amazon, but when you go to our website, you'll have additional assets because each ebook has turned into a vivid digital course. We are adding assets and updating the course as we move along. And when you get in today, you will be grandfathered in forever. Regardless of how many assets we add into that digital course, you will always have access to them at no additional cost. And we will be creating events for different digital courses, and whoever has that digital course will be able to have access to that event's place. It could be in a luxury place, in a mansion, or somewhere where we get together, do a mastermind, and we will talk about building and sharing wealth secrets, if you will, right? Things that we know, people that are experienced making money through investing. We're going to be sharing, we're going to be getting together, bringing our community together and just networking, right? And hopefully we get ideas and we get businesses growing from those meetings and so forth. But this is just a great investment to click the link right now and get into one of our digital courses, because in the future, these courses are going to be so much more than what they are today. And you just made a great investment in your financial education, something that no one can take away from you. Okay? If you have any questions, make sure you write it down below. I'll come back and answer them accordingly. Wealth fundamentals, investing for passive income. Summary: if we do, we will be equipped to prosper when we use the new rules of money. The financial landscape has evolved since our parents' time, and their guidance is no longer applicable unless you have wealthy parents that gave you and updated you along the way. Usually, the ultra wealthy talk to their kids at dinner, at lunch, on breakfast about money and how to build wealth. Okay, you need to be comfortable talking about money with your family, because otherwise, then you're going to have a problem of lack of money, and that divides families and creates problems in relationships. They did a case study in the United States that the main thing why people get divorced is due to lack of money, and ironically, they're both working for money at different jobs, usually. But the way to change that is by communicating and investing in financial education as a family and understanding how to build the asset column together so that the family can create more freedom, enjoy time together. Because if you're working 8 to 12 hours at a job and the other person is working at a different job, you're literally living a whole different life somewhere else. And now you're creating memories with other people. So it creates problems in households. I believe if you bring your entrepreneurship spirit out and build that investor inside of us that we all have, because we have to deal with money, turn that into a master investor, thrive to be an inside investor, meaning that we have control over our assets, we incorporate our companies, we do business ourselves, whether we're starting small, it doesn't matter, we have control. We like control over our businesses, over our assets, over our investments and decisions that we make when it comes to our money. We don't sell any investments here at Master Investor. We will never tell you where to invest your money. That's up to you to build your asset column. We will give you financial education made simple, tools, resources, networks, case studies, examples. We will open up the curtain. We will share content that is helping thousands of wealthy entrepreneurs around the world lives become better, right? financially, and so we want to improve our bottom line together. So we encourage everyone to tap into other mentors and research and do due diligence, read as much as possible, invest in self-development, financial education, and of course, invest in your asset column. Starting today, if you're hearing this for the first time, then make sure that you focus on that asset column. Rule number one in our community, as a community, we have a rule, is that we work to build passive income and make money work hard through sound investing. Okay? To prosper in the modern society, one must comprehend the new laws and rules governing money. The various ways to make money and players of the game of money are broken down in the cash flow circle. The right side is where wealth is created, known as the fast track. The rules around the money have changed in today's environment. Consider all of the world's transformations within the past 40 years. How could someone believe that following in their parents' footsteps is still the best way to succeed in life today? In the 10 new rules of money, Master Investor wrote on the new rules governing money. The 10 new rules listed below are what everyone must understand in order to thrive in the modern world with total freedom. Rule number one, work to build and acquire assets. Rule number two, today money is fiat, a currency, debt, paper, money, monopoly money, fake, and an idea backed up by confidence. Money is not longer real money. Rule number three, control cash flow and debt. Rule number four, prepare for any type of market. Rule number five, the need for speed through the formula of velocity of cash flow. Rule number six, master the language of money. Rule number seven, investing is a team sport. Rule number eight, print money legally for free with fake money, debt. Rule number 9, money is created with debt. That is why debt is tax-free. Rule number 10, use debt, OPM, of the people's money, and leverage systems to invest for real assets that produce passive income and capital gains income. We will find it much easier to navigate a very different world if we understand these new money rules. Though we have a strong chance of becoming a successful entrepreneur, we can't do it the old way. The guidelines and counsel of our parents are not reliable any longer. Two types of individuals. We must realize that there are two types of individuals in the world. Those who view the world from the left side of Master Investor's cash flow circle, and those who view it from the right side of the cash flow circle in order to fully comprehend the new financial regulations or rules. The four categories of people in the cash flow circle correspond to the distinct income streams that they make. So each player makes money differently. On the left side of the cash flow circle, we find the employee and the self-employed. On the right side, we find the business owner and the inside investor. Every individual who makes a living is a resident of at least one of the four players, and our location is dictated by the source of our income. So the employee makes their money through a job. They have a paycheck. The self-employed owns a job. Usually they still have to show up to make the money. They have to see clients. Either they're a dentist, attorneys, CPAs, etc. And they still have to be there to make the money, and they still pay the highest in taxes, the employee and the self-employed. On the left side of the cash flow circle, many people depend on their wages as employees. Others may work for themselves. People who work for themselves or are employed live on the left side of the cash flow circle. Those who get our money from investments or companies we own or control are thriving on the right side of the cash flow circle. The price of passing of freedom in favor of security. Recall that wealthy entrepreneurs aren't at ease. Comfort, the reality is not always permanent. Issues, modifications, and unanticipated events are frequent and might occur at the most inconvenient moments. Genuine entrepreneurs will never ever choose to forego following their own aspirations to create something in favor of a comfortable, paying, and secure employment. Actually, the objectives of a wealthy entrepreneur is to create a business that can eventually make money without us, because it has systems and others working in the business to fulfill the mission of the business. The line that separates the two sides of the cash flow circle represents the differences between individuals who are financially successful and those who struggle with the game of money. Some people work hard for money their entire lives, and others master the ability to make money, work hard, and multiply through sound investing. The wages of the middle class and the poor have, as we may have seen, either decreased or remained unchanged during the past few decades. However, those on the left side of the cash flow circle still perceive themselves as secure, while perceiving those who invest in own businesses as risk takers. The unfortunate truth is that those operating on the left side of the cash flow circle incur higher interest rates on their debt for liabilities, which is bad debt, and there's nothing wrong as long as we have assets paying for those. But majority of middle class people, they just obtain the liabilities and they don't have any assets, and pay higher taxes as their income increases. What we at Master Investor refer to as the rat race is a terrible cycle that keeps people feeling poor and trapped. We must comprehend the disparity in financial intelligence between the E's and S's in order to comprehend why they don't become wealthy. What actually brings wealth to us? We do not become wealthy based solely on our income. Instead, our wealth is determined by how much money we keep and multiply through sound investing. The people on the right side of the cash flow circle, we have the lowest tax brackets, understand how to leverage debt for financial advantage, and use our assets as a hedge against inflation by diversifying among the 5 different asset classes that exist today. Number 1, real estate. Number 2, business. Number 3, crypto. Number 4, paper assets. Number 5, commodities. We undoubtedly keep more money than self-employed people and employees, in addition to making more money overall and have total freedom, control over our time. The people on the left side of the cash flow circle are employed for what is referred to as earned income. This income has the highest tax rate. They have very few tax havens. The people on the right side work for the least tax type of income, passive income. The tax code offers us a number of tax benefits that we can take advantage of, and anyone can too when operating under an entity. The mentality we develop versus the mindset we are taught. Master Investor discusses how every child has a genius inside of them. The one thing that brightens their lives, inspires them, nurtures their ambitions, and pushes them. Regardless, our children's genius is frequently overlooked by the school system. Furthermore, a child's brilliance could be crushed by education. This is a result of the left side of the cash flow circle teachings being the only method of thinking and doing things in our educational system. We advise our children to attend school and find fulfillment, employment, right? And then they go out and get loans for their school, and then they come out and they don't even want to work in that field, and they now are deep in debt that they need to pay for the rest of their lives. So schools are built to create 2 types of people, employees and soldiers, and that is written in the mission of the school system. So unless you want to become an employee, then you go to school. If not, then you need to learn how to build the asset column so that you have freedom, if that's what you want to have. It depends on what you want out of this life. Do you want to live a life of total freedom, or do you want to work for somebody and have a secure paycheck? It depends on what you want to do. When you start building a business and you start investing successfully, then you'll have financial security too, even more than having a job, because now nobody can fire you. Naturally, the issue here is that when our children hear this, they don't know what they truly want to do or are called to do yet. So they follow career choices that are recommended for them, such as becoming doctors, lawyers, teachers, and more jobs in the E or S side of the cash flow circle. They get caught up in the rat race as they get older. They must seek a high paying career since they attend college and incur debt. They will soon purchase a home, but they still need to work to pay off their debt. Then additional costs for children, medical care, and other things push them into a corner. Before they realize it, their youthful dreams have vanished and are replaced with what some find to be a depressing existence at work that does not fulfill their souls. The educational system does not assist us in realizing our talents in regards to following our passions unless you found a career that is fulfilling your passion. Like I said, you might be an employee that is fortunate enough that you love to do what you do and you're doing it regardless if they were even pay you could do it for free, right? But you're making money with it, it's paying your bills, doesn't feel like work because it's your purpose in life. And maybe you have more than one purpose, and now you're going to learn how to invest and build the asset column so that when you're ready to quit that job, then you can do the other things that you're here to accomplish on this earth. And we frequently lose our talent in the process of pursuing other people's aspirations for our lives. Master Investor also wrote The Cash Flow Circle, a book. We're working on that one. We'll be releasing that shortly too, after how to raise capital to build wealth. That's our 4th ebook that's going to be released here in the next month, so stay tuned. A book in which we discuss the significance of foregoing our own route and altering our perspectives on life and finances. It is not simple in the process. We frequently run the risk of being lost and getting back. It's not always easy. However, a happy existence requires us to discover our path, realizing our inner brilliance and our children's genius. What to say? How are things progressing on our path? Do we often find ourselves saying things like, I love what I do, but I wish I could make more money? Right? Or people say, can't wait for the weekend. They want to do their own thing. It is quitting time. Yeah, if so, it might be time to discover a new direction and alter your perspective to learn the meaning of our lives, the reason we were given this gift of life and the gift we should return to the world. Transitioning from the left to the right side of the cash flow circle. Here are some tips for shifting your perspective if you wish to go from the left side of Master Investor's cash flow circle to the right. A study that was done in the past revealed the mentality of those who went from poverty to wealth. 3 factors were thought to be decisive. Number 1, they stuck to their long-term goals and strategy. Number 2, they have a delayed gratification philosophy. Number 3, they took advantage of compounding's power for their benefit. The study also looked at those who had riches at one point but fell into poverty. The 3 variables that were involved were as follows. Number 1, their vision was short-term. Number 2, they wanted to feel satisfied right away. Number 3, they misused the compounding effect. Simply put, rather of living paycheck to paycheck, the road to the right side of the cash flow circle begins with thinking about acquiring assets that provide passive income. Be a modest, exercise patient, and observe as our wealth accumulate over time is important. Always live above our means, never below our means. We always want to stretch and grow and be uncomfortable because that's how we stay on our tippy toes. That's why we are always learning something new. We want to stretch. Okay, so don't live below your means. Always expand. Don't wait, because that environment might get us to the next level, right? Because we're going to meet new people that are like-minded, people that are doing better than we are, so we can stretch ourselves and learn from them and acquire new quality people in our network, which is very important when it comes to building our wealth. Focus on learning how to work on the right side of the cash flow circle as a business owner and inside investor. If we are willing to spend the time and money studying something new, we cannot learn how to be a good investor from any degree program. However, we can educate ourselves by reading the cash flow books that we have here on our catalog at Master Investor. and participate in our courses. Although we will need to commit time and money, the return on our investment will be far higher than it would be with a regular school teaching you to be an employee instead of a wealthy entrepreneur and inside investor. Start investing in high quality financial education by reading our financial ebooks and joining us here on a daily basis at Master Investor. Let me know if you enjoyed today's talk. If you have any questions, drop it below. Thank you for listening to another amazing financial education podcast covering the good and bad news of money, the business principles at work in all economies. Now you have the 10 new rules of money. You can start investing for passive income and build true wealth, because wealth is measured in time, not necessarily in dollars. It's measuring how much can we go without working and still be able to thrive in the lifestyle that we like and desire, and be able to do that for how long. That is our wealth number. Figure that out, figure the lifestyle that you want to have, and focus on the asset column. I'll talk to you on the next podcast. If you want to join me on a live stream, we're doing that right now on YouTube, where we're going to be working on building some digital assets. So if you're listening to this, go to our YouTube channel and join us there, because you can learn something about building wealth too. All right. Thank you for joining Master Investor and keeping it working by investing in our products and services. Bring you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Stay extraordinary and wealthy. Bye for now.